Today, I'm building the ultimate secret bookcase full of surprises to hide treasure from any ne'er-do-wells. But if it can go wrong, it will go wrong.
What happened?
It broke. Welcome to Haxman, y'all. A few months ago, I built my first secret bookcase doorway in my bedroom, finally fulfilling my childhood dream of becoming just like Indiana Jones. Well, almost. But today's build is about fulfilling a different child's dream. This is my daughter, Riley. Hello, love.
Hello.
Riley loves to read a lot. But Riley has a problem. Because Riley loves to read so much, Riley buys so many books. And she's running out of room for those books. So I'm gonna solve that problem today by building her the most secret of secret bookcases full of surprises. But first, I've gotta get all of the measurements from her room using only the most high-tech instrumentation available at my disposal. Here's what I'm thinking. Shelving unit, desk area, a secret door and a secret door. What do you think?
Well, I don't really want to see a desk in the middle of it. So I'm thinking more like just a library wall.
Normally, I'd just wing a project like this, but this one's pretty complicated, so I actually took the time to draw this out to scale because, yeah, I've never learned to use CAD before. I went with 4 bookshelves instead of 3, and even though Riley said she doesn't want to see a desk, that doesn't mean she's not going to get a desk, but more on that later. And because I'm me, I didn't actually finish drawing this all out to scale, I just kind of sketched some of it and put the dimensions down. On my way to get wood for this build, I picked up this funny-smelling hitchhiker. He regaled me with his tales of the road until we got to the Home Depot. I told him I'd give him a ride, but he'd have to help me load a bunch of plywood in my truck in exchange. We hit it off so well, I brought him home with me to help me unload the plywood and get started on this secret bookcase. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Now, because of the secret doors on this bookcase, I'm building 28 feet of cabinets for only 14 feet of wall. Okay, I have to be honest with you. I didn't pick up some random hitchhiker. It's actually my nephew, Tyler. But he does smell funny, like a mixture of peppermint and fart. I've got the plywood cut out for the bigger cabinet boxes, and it's time to cut the angles to match the ceiling. All the big pieces of plywood are cut, so let's cut some dados. Actually, let's not. Let's use a dado stack to cut some rabbets. Now that I've got the sides all rabbeted for the backs, this is how the main box is going to orient in the room. This is the back of the cabinet. This is the front of the cabinet. Unfortunately, I'm not using a side mount hinge for this. I'm using a top mount hinge. And that means I'm gonna lose this space up above this line because I've got to have it flat. This is the Murphy door hinge that I'm gonna be using on these cabinets. Now, they're specifically made for hidden bookcases. In my last hidden bookcase build that I did, that was a flip-up door, and I actually used sauce hinges. Sauce hinges are traditionally a side mount hinge, and I just kind of made them work for flipping up. Each side of the hinge is really thick, and so there's got to be a lot of wood that you can go into. For these cabinets, I don't have all that. I will say these are kind of expensive. There are generic versions that are far less expensive. And you know, I hope it was worth it. We'll see. This is where the 10-inch deep main shelving unit that you're gonna see is gonna mount, and that's gonna swing open, and then it's gonna reveal what's behind here, which I haven't even, well, I've got to figure out how big a piece to cut right here, and then once I've got that cut, we can start assembling everything. Is that what you were gonna guess, Tyler? 134 degrees, 135.8 degrees?
Say like 30, 33 degrees.
I like 98 degrees. I could have just done that. Speed 90. Tyler says that he knows somebody that calls these speed 90s. I think it's Tyler that calls them speed. I think he doesn't want to admit to me. Finally, it's time to start assembling these main boxes. And luckily for us, Madison came along to show me and Tyler how to do this.
Fine weapon right here.
Okay, now with the cabinet assembled, I can go ahead and figure out the sizes for the backs, which are on these big cabinets are going to be at 1/4 inch. Things are moving along swimmingly, except for, well,
Watch your hand, Adam. Ooh, the rake, y'all.
baby steps. Baby steps.
Ooh, oh, baby, careful.
I know all these boxes make it look like we're hoarders, but don't judge me, okay? Judge Kim, it's her house. I mean, I'm kidding. These are all our Christmas decorations in these boxes and we haven't got them put up yet.
You're stuck. You're crushing what? What is it?
It's on the shin.
What happened?
You're crushing my shin.
You on your chin? What's happening?
Crushing my shin. Lift it up higher. Lift it up. Oh, there we go. Oh, hallelujah.
Abby, what in the world?
Oh, Tyler, look what you did.
No,
That's
Adam.
totally your fault,
Oh my
Tyler.
gosh. Yo.
This ain't going. At this point, Tyler had had enough and he decided to leave. Luckily, I was still able to get some help building the boxes from the woolly booger. I mean, Kim.
I went off a little bit.
This is Square Drive.
Yeah, Robertson.
Or whatever.
If you're from Canada, eh? The outer cabinet boxes are 24 inches deep, but these inner cabinet boxes, which will swing out, are only 10 inches deep. Before I put the backs on these cabinets, I want to go ahead and drill out all the holes for the adjustable shelves. 6 holes down, 984 more to go. When working on a project like this, one that's truly more than meets the eye, I can't help but be inspired by those shape-shifting robots from the 80s, the GoBots. What, you thought I was gonna say Transformers? Since these inside cabinets will be carrying all of the weight, I made sure to use a 1/2 inch back for these, and while I was installing it, I made sure to keep everything nice and square and all of the gaps nice and even. The top and bottom of the flip out cabinet are 3/4 inch plywood. That, along with the 1/2 inch back, will give this box plenty of strength. However, once I attach the hinges to it, you know, I'm not gonna have a lot of meat at the top and bottom, all right, for screws to grab a hold of. This is gonna be a lot of weight when it's filled with books to have just on, you know, say a 3/4 inch screw going into a 3/4 inch piece of plywood. So I'm going to take 1/2 inch pieces of plywood and attach them to the top and bottom inside. So that'll give me some extra meat, some flesh, if you will, for the screws to grab a hold of once I attach the Murphy door hinge at the top and bottom. Since I didn't take the time at the beginning to figure every little detail out, I'm having to figure out every little detail while I'm building. Let's cut some face frames. To connect my face frame together, I'm going to be using my trusty old pocket hole jig. I love this thing when time is a constraint. Pocket hole jig is your friend. And look at this genius move. I was looking at the camera instead of looking at the hole that I was drilling in.
Try again.
I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's smoke coming from my ears because I'm trying to figure out this desk situation for Riley. She doesn't want to see a desk, but she needs a desk because not only does she love to read, but she loves to write. So she needs an area where she can do that and be inspired. So I want it to be very unique for her, but I haven't figured it out yet.
Try
Try again. The first box is built and the face frame is attached. Now I have this piece, and this trim piece will attach to the front of that face frame. And the purpose of this piece is to hide the gap between the second bookshelf beside this one. This is what will hide the fact that these actually open and are in fact secret doors. But I have a problem. Do I permanently attach this where my measurements say I need to attach it, or do I leave it where I can adjust it later? How much do I trust my measurements?
Adam did, in fact, not trust his own measurements, choosing instead to take the coward's path and attach the fascia board without glue so it could be moved if deemed necessary at a later time in the build.
Loser, loser.
Now you can download these templates from Murphy Door online and they'll tell you the placement of the hinges. But they're pretty adamant when you go to their website or look anything up that they're not going to give you any other dimensions that you need to know. You are on your own. In order to figure out all of my tolerances and my max width and max depth and clearances when everything swings, I had to resort to using CAD. And by CAD, I mean cardboard aided design. I had to mark everything out on my workbench and tape all these sheets together so I could actually figure everything out. And in the end, I think I've got it figured out. We'll find out, literally, in the end, whether I've truly got it figured out or not. Come on. Obviously, the tolerances. Come on. I cannot see. I'm right there. It's really quite simple. Oh. Come on. That little nib right there has got to go into that hole in that bearing right there. Did you hear that? Yeah. Oh. What? Oh my. I'm sure the combination of giant plastic walls and high winds won't be a problem.
That's called foreshadowing.
I'm gonna take this air conditioning filter and I'm gonna put it to the back of this box fan, and that's gonna become our spray booth fan filter. There. Now, when I painted the secret bookcase in my room, I got lazy and I brushed it on, and it could have been a lot better. So this time I wanna spray it on. Now, I have sprayed thousands of gallons of lacquer paint over the years, and I think I've just about had my fill of all the toxins that I want to take. So I'm going to be putting a no VOC paint on these cabinets. Not only will that be better for my lungs, it'll be better for Riley's lungs and for Riley's bird's lungs that she also has in her room. Paint when surface temperature is above 50 degrees. I was so worried. The big reveal. I had to buy a new paint sprayer. But this crazy thing is actually powered by a drill. All right, it says I need to put a little of this, what I can only assume is seal lube. Now, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I am something of a spray paint savant. Oh yeah, it's like riding a bicycle. Say hello to my little friend. I thought my DIY spray booth was brilliant, but I was wrong. The forecast today called for a 50% chance of rain, so I didn't have time to try to reset this thing back up again, so I just went with it. Oh, it broke. It broke. Look at that. Why did it start shaking so violently? Oh, why? Oh, Tyler, your hair look on point. Open the door. Yeah. All right, hold up. Are you good for a second? Yeah. We'll lean it back my way. Maybe. Ooh, that's a tight fit.
I'm glad you're here, Tyler.
Me too, me too.
Just look like that. It's like library cases right there. got the little, well, you couldn't get in there. You need a little bit wider, but you know. You
Like the cabinet I built in the garage.
What cabinet?
The green cabinet.
Oh, that's not like a library.
Yeah, that is like a library.
No, because they're hanging.
This
is like a library closed down.
They put them in libraries.
Hanging things like that?
Yes!
What are you talking about?
Yes!
When? What
How
did
do they put them in libraries?
Yeah.
When building cabinets, I like to build a toe kick that's separate from the main box. And in this case, I had to build the toe kick in 2 separate sections so that I could actually get it up the stairs. Now you might be wondering about that cabinet that we couldn't bring upstairs earlier. How are we gonna get it upstairs? Well, let me show you how we did that. Yep, I had to just build it in place. There was simply no way to get it up the stairs, and this had to be one complete unit by itself. Before I put these cabinets in place, I actually forgot to measure out where the studs were. So here's just a quick little tip. And no, I'm not going to do the obvious joke. Find your outlet, and a stud is always going to be either on the left side or the right side of that outlet 99 out of 100 times. And then you can measure 16 inches on center in each direction once you find that first stud. I got lucky here too because there was a slight bump in the wall where one of the drywall screws was kind of pushing through, and that happens over time as houses settle. So you might be able to find one doing that as well. Wonder what I keep behind my original secret bookcase? Well, it's simple. It's where I store my element. As someone who only drinks water and milk and only eats meat, mostly, I want to make sure I get plenty of electrolytes, and I love Element for that. I purchased and used Element to keep my energy level up long before they paid me to tell you about it. Honestly, I freaking love it. My favorite is the citrus salt, but they have a variety of flavors, including a flavorless natural option, as well as, and this is only for a limited time, chocolate medley, which Kim finds quite tasty in her coffee. Get a free Element sample pack today with any purchase when you use my link, drinkelement.com/Haxman. Now, the sample pack has one of every flavor, so you can try them all out. If you do give it a try and you don't like it, it's risk-free. Give it away to a friend and Element will give you your money back, no questions asked. That's drinkelement.com/Haxman, or click the link below to get a free sample pack with any purchase. I had the sides of the face frame up. Now I've got to do the top that goes all the way down there and the bottom that goes all the way down there. My concern is we had problems getting long cabinets up here. This is almost 14 feet long.
Wait, turn it the other way.
Yeah.
Got any other ideas?
Oh Lord, it's not gonna work. We got 2 monkeys down there.
Come on. It's so close. Okay. All right, don't let go of it yet. Ow, right into my cheek. That hurt.
That is some problem solving right there, man. With everything painted, I could go ahead and install the shelves in the bookcases and the shelves in the 2 hidden compartments on the ends. Hundreds of years before alarm systems existed, people used 2 methods to keep valuables safe from robbers. A, they trained their dogs to eat the burglars.
Attack.
Or B, they built hidden doors, secret bookcases, and furniture with hidden compartments. And you probably remember the Resolute desk from the movie National Treasure, Book of Secrets. Today, a secret compartment could be found in something as simple as a can of potato chips. But I want to add something a little more interesting than that. Okay, remember when Riley said she didn't want a desk because she didn't want to see it? But I was like, no, she's still going to get a desk. Well, it's that time. Seems like it could use a little bit more. Perfect, some corkboard for the back. Now how about an organizer? Yes, and some lighting to help set the mood for dramatic writing. All right. You know what? Let's go ahead. Let's put a second one in there. And maybe some hidden power. Sweet. Everybody made fun of me in my last secret bookcase video because they said I needed a secret book to open said bookcase. So what I've done is I have procured these 4 books for you to choose the book that's going to be the secret book that opens Riley's bookcases. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, The Secret Garden, The Adventures of Indiana Jones, and The Chronicles of Narnia. The Adventures of Indiana Jones, I think this is the one.
No, that's more of a dude book. And
Dude.
No. Narnia, that, maybe, because that's kind of like a major adventure. Like
Is it a little too on the nose?
Yeah, this is more me. I think it's more me. So I think Alice's Adventures in Wonderland is perfect for her. She loves that whole world.
This is a spring-loaded, I don't know, maybe a gate catch you would call it. See how it works? And the plan is to attach this to the back of the cabinet, and then as it closes, this will raise, go into a little pocket, and then I'll drill a hole in the back of the cabinet. The book will go right here. A line will go through that hole down to this catch, and then when I pull on this book, it will pull the catch, unlocking the door, mystery revealed. Wrong. Because when I ordered this one, I forgot, and it has to slide in like this. This angle is facing the wrong way. No problem, I ordered a second catch. And as you can see, it's slanted in the opposite direction. Problem solved. Wrong, because this is where my lack of planning bites me again. My plan was to mount it back here, down here. But now, all of the desk is totally in my way. Sometimes you just have to admit when you've been defeated. And my lack of planning in the beginning has come back once again. I ended up just having to break down and buy a pre-made secret door kit. And instead of using the book that came with the kit, I just used our own book. All we have left is, what? Like to put the books up for, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm... Pull that book right there. Pull it all the way down, yeah, and then pull.
Oh, okay. That's good. Wait. So fancy. I love the birds.
So, push that button on the front of that.
Wait,
There's a little button, yeah. See?
oh. This is fancy.
To open your desk where you can sit at it, just pull that all the way up.
Make it more.
Yeah. 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 And just push it all the way forward. There you go. And then your lights cut off and on by just doing that. I'd call that an absolute win. Riley got all her books on her new bookshelf and got her desk set up just how she wanted. But she still hasn't figured out what she's gonna hide in her secret compartments yet. Now you're probably wondering, yeah, but what if a robber figures this whole thing out? Well, there is one last resort. Guys, I know I shouldn't keep revealing all of these secrets, but have you seen the secret space I built in my backyard around my smokeless fire pit? Check this link out right here to watch it. I'm pretty stoked about it. Get it? Stoked? Fire? Anyway.